Okay. So yesterday we were discussing topics of ABAP. So we were on something called event handling. Okay. So we'll continue from there. So we tried calling the event, but it did not trigger the method which we set it as an event handler. So what the issue was? I think exception. So in this method, we tried just raising the event, but we have missed one syntax called set handler. So that is the reason it did not get triggered. So if you give the set handler and there is another syntax for this, so that is actually not supporting in this system. We'll try to see if I get any other. Let me open the syntax actually. See, set handler for object reference. Actually, we are not creating any object reference here, so that is the reason we don't have it. It's a static class for us. Okay, so once we create an instance, that will be available. Okay, now we will see a topic called casting. Okay, casting. Okay, what casting is? So see, there are certain types. See, when we create instances of classes, so what we are doing is we create a reference object. Okay, so when we have a reference, see, casting comes into picture only when there is inheritance. First, let us try to understand it theoretically, then we'll go into my code. Okay, so I have my subclass and superclass. There are two types. Okay, let me tell the theoretical part and then we'll go. Narrow casting and second one is wide casting. Okay, so what is this casting is, I will tell you one by one. So I have my superclass. Okay, then I have a subclass. So by default what will happen is whatever is there in my superclass will come to my subclass, and in my subclass you can either redefine my what all are the methods available in that, or add new methods. These are the two things. Okay, now I have one reference variable. Okay, maybe ref super is my reference variable of my superclass. Okay, similarly ref sub is my reference variable for my subclass. Okay, now what is casting is, if you are assigning, see, let me, there is an arrow, I just take this. Okay, if you are assigning my superclass to subclass, okay, so it's assigning is nothing but in coding way it is ref super equal to ref sub. So you are assigning the references. Actually this is a variable with my superclass, but you are assigning my subclass. So from superclass you are narrowing it down to one particular subclass. So that is called narrow casting or down casting. So if you take it's a generic English. Okay, so how it is like where is it gone? Home. Okay, so from if you are referring, so if you are assigning my subclass to my superclass, so it you are just downgrading it. So that is called narrow casting. If you are doing the reverse, okay, like reference sub. See, for the other way of casting, the syntax is bit different. Okay, ref sub. Okay, for wide casting, the syntax is instead of equal to, it will be question mark equal to ref sub super, ref super. Okay, so this is called wide casting. So for sub object, you are just expanding the scope to a wider range. So that is called wide casting or upcasting. So these are theoretical. This is a theoretical concept. This has a very less usage of casting. Okay, sometimes the product levels only you will see. On my consulting level, you will not see this actually. So you'll just take a small example and see how it behaves. So if I go to my any class, let me create two classes first. Okay, this is my super class. I just try to create a program. I'll try to create a method itself. Okay, sorry, program. Zdemo ABAP data. So first I'll have to declare my reference classes. Okay, so this is my super class ZAP INH. I think it's an interface. That's okay. It has methods. Yes, it has three methods. Okay. So for just a write for demo purpose, is my parent class. Then the second one is my subclass. This one. I just saved it. Just give me a minute. Okay. Now I'll have to declare the reference variables. So what I will do is local reference. Okay. For parent, I'll give for just for understanding purpose parent class. Okay. Parent class type. So when you are referring to objects or if you want to create objects, it should be type ref2 always. Okay. Type ref2 this class. Okay. Now the second one would be hello child class type ref2 my child class. Okay, so this is my declaration. Now first we'll see narrow casting. Okay, so narrow casting in the sense for super class assign subclass. So for that we'll have to create the instances, right? So we'll create the instance, create object hello. We'll see if the syntax works. Hello and hello child. We'll see if the syntax works. Yes, create object. I have created both my objects. Okay, so I'll put a breakpoint just to see. Then parent class, I'm just assigning the child class. So what will happen is the behavior of this hello parent will change because this has only three methods, but this has so many other methods. We added many methods here. See, apart from what is there in my parent class. See this see fetch Mara is my parent one. Other one both we have redefined. So add two number static is my method in my child class. Okay. So some practical scenarios where it will be used is, for example, you are already doing lot of things in my parent class. You just want to access few methods from my child class. Okay. So you can just add those and access it. But in the reverse, so this is in my class. If you want to access my parent class, it will be my super. So we showed that constructor, right? Let me go the constructor. See, this super means it will access the method of my super class. So in this method directly you can use, okay. But if you want to use this constructor maybe or some other method of my parent class in my code which is not in the class, you can use these methods. I mean this casting. So this is the difference. So casting we can directly use it in my any code. So it's something like the parents methods classes and the child method classes you can vice versa use it. So now I'm just assigning it. Now I'll put a breakpoint and we'll see how is the behavior. So it is accepting. Yes. Okay. I'll execute. It. So parent class, child class, both are initial. Okay. Breakpoints are triggered. Okay. Okay. See. My both instances have come up. So it is like instance 7 it has created for my parent class. This is my parent class. Okay. Now for child class it is the GCL demo ABAP. Now what we are doing is we are just changing the assignments. See, if you see now the parent class has Z demo ABAP. Okay. So it's like now child class, all my child class behaviors will go to my parent class. Okay. So what the purpose here is, I'll tell you. So now if I try, see before accessing, so before assigning, if I try to access maybe the class of my method of my child class, it will say it's not allowed. Okay. See, I'll try. It's not allowing. See, it will throw an error saying, but this is not a valid method. It's a static. Anyways, that's okay. It doesn't even allow. See, my parent class. This is my child class method. So if I can use the same maybe after declaring it, or I'll just show it in my debug mode itself. The scope changes actually. That's it. I'll show it in debug mode. See, parent child. Okay. So if you want, see now maybe another example I can take is in my instance class. Okay, suppose I have both the instance class assume. Okay, now in my parent class I have suppose maybe some 5 to 10 variables, okay, which I want to use it in my child class method. So what I can do is now it will just assign my reference and you can use the variables. If you see the child class, double click, see all my IT Mara of my parent class, everything is, this one is available because these are inherited parameters. Okay, but vice versa is not possible. See, suppose I want to access my LV number in my parent class, that is not possible because that instance doesn't have it. So if I go to my parent class, see only these are available. Now if I just assign, all my variables will be available along with my child class parameters. See, the GL demo has come to my parent. So this is my narrow casting, means for my I'm restricting my parent to this particular child. Okay. So now we'll see what is a wide casting. Wide casting is nothing but the reverse of it. Nothing, no difference. Just a reverse child. Whether it is accepting, we'll see, or else we'll give the syntax what we sought. See. Okay, sorry. So it says type hello parent class cannot be converted. So that is syntax. Okay. Now I'll give my actual syntax. See, now it accepts. So, my parent and child. So when my inheritance is done, my child can accept my parent reference with just an equal to symbol, but reverse did not happen. So that is the reason we'll use this syntax. If you remove this, it will say, boss, this is not a compatible type. See, type hello parent class cannot be converted into type of child. So for that reason, we are giving the syntax question mark equal to. Now it will accept. So this is white casting. So we'll see how this behaves in my debugging mode. So parent class, child class. Now my child class will get the reference of parent class. Okay, didn't take it up. Dynamic type conflict during assignment. Okay, some issue with my assignment reference. Okay, some reference variables it is not allowing. Okay, but syntax is this. That depends on my classes actually. Some issue with my class which I have created. It's not accepting reference variables. Some variable has an issue. These are the two ways you can use casting, but this is purely on my used case. Okay, I will not generally encounter this, so that's okay. Now let me see what else is left in my oops ABAP. Okay, next I'll just see what is an abstract class. Okay, so abstract class by definition, what it is? An abstract class is a class which has at least one abstract method is the definition. So in system, what it is, I'll show you. So abstract method is a method which has only my definition but no implementation. Okay, so let me show it as an example. So this one I'll copy it. Okay, this one let me copy paste. So see, actually naming conventions what we should follow is purely depending upon the project. Okay, some are standard naming conventions and some are project dependent naming conventions. So abstract classes generally they expect AB. Okay, so this is level and visibility is same. So there is another setting, we'll see that. Okay, so static, I'll just rename it. Double click, there is some logic here, means some import export parameters, that is my signature as well as my implementation is there. So this is my definition, this is my implementation. I'll just activate it. Display errors. Okay. So I'll activate it. Now if I just go to method definition, see these are my import export parameters and exceptions, it will show in this pop-up. In attributes, okay, this abstract is actually disabled. We will see why, because this is a final class. Maybe properties, this is a final. Let me try if this is the issue. Let me activate the program and we'll see. Active methods. No, it didn't come up. Let me try creating some abstract class. /NSC24. Okay, sorry, it is inherited. Maybe that is the reason it is not accepting. Let me remove the inheritance. Undo inheritance. Now at least now it should be enabled. So abstract class, the complete class can be abstract, or even only the method you can make it abstract. Let me go and see. If it is not allowing, I'll just create a new abstract method. No, I'll create abstract class 24. I'll just copy with this same and just give abstract class. ABAP abstract. So I'll just change my class type. It didn't give super class. Okay, let me create. I think copy also didn't work. Abstract one I'll create. So demo for abstract class. So I'll just give non-abstract method. I'll just create implementation for both, then we'll see how it behaves. Public non-abstract method. Okay, so I'll simply give some 4 or 5 import parameters. IV number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Just for variables I'm putting no purpose as such. Typing I'll put all importing and I'll give integer int4. Now I'll go back to my code. So I'll just say maybe I'll just say if size of bar is equal to 0. So again I'll just copy this method, copy paste. So it will take all my code, everything, it will take parameters, code, everything it will copy. I just change it. Parameters will be the same. Rename. Okay, so this is how I just created. I'll activate it. It is active. So let me see if I get that option to set it as an abstract method. Go to method definition, attributes. No, still. So some issue in my creation itself, or I don't know whether the system allows abstractions or not. So what generally happens is if I click this abstraction, it will remove my implementation. So only my parameters will be there and my class will be, implementation of method will be deleted. So let me check why this is not set like for abstract class or method. So I have created it normally only. instance generation, let me see. Sorry, I should go to my method definition. No, not sure what is the issue. I have given my instance, I mean, let me change it. See, okay. This is my settings issue. So abstract methods will be only on instance levels. Let me change it to my public. So we'll see what is the setting issue. I'll change it to public, activate. So for static methods, we cannot give abstractions. That is the issue, I guess. Abstract method, method definition, attribute, that is there. So what will happen is if I give it as abstract method, it will say implementation of method deleted. So it will not have implementation. See, change, activate. I'll come back. See, no implementation. So method is abstract, so you cannot have implementations. So what is the purpose of this? It is something similar like interface. Okay. In interface, what will be happening is it will have only definition along with my maybe my attributes, all those will be available. But in abstract method, only my method definition will be available. You cannot fill this at class attributes, all those will not be there. So that is the usage of abstract. But this you cannot directly implement it. You can implement only in my subclasses. So I want to suppose example, I'll just say this abstract method I want to implement. So how I can implement this? I should create a subclass of this method, sorry, class abstract1. I'll just say abstract2. Okay, it's not there. I'm just creating it. Demo for abstract. So I'll have to give super class. Okay, now save it. If you see, abstract method has come here. Okay, so let me activate it. Okay, now so it says my implementation or redefinition is missing. So in my if I put it in my child class, we should redefine it. So if I just click and here the redefinition button, say redefine, that will create an implementation. See, now there is an implementation. So this is mandatory. Suppose equal to 0. See, it didn't ask for my non-abstract method, only abstract method it asked for my implementation. So this is the purpose of my abstract method. So you want to give only one method in my whole class, which is having only a part of my definition. And if you want to implement that, you will have to create a subclass. Only it can be created in my subclasses. And in my subclasses, if the abstract method implementation is not there, it will not allow you to activate. So this is a process for abstract method. If you want to key maybe I'll just show another example. This should be enough actually. Abstract method, so this should be it. So the commonly used commonly asked question, interview question is, what is the difference between my interface and my abstract? Okay, so on my implementation level it is the same. Okay, so interface means you have to call that, or you can suppose you want to implement interface, you will have to put that interface in the interface tab of my any class. And for my it has both my methods, attributes, I mean class level attributes, not my method level attributes. Okay, and implement it. And abstract class, it is a kind of interface which has only method definitions but not my other attributes. Okay, and for the implementing it should be created in my subclass only, I mean child class. And without an implementation of an abstract class, in child class it will not get activated. So this is a most commonly asked interview question on my interfaces and abstract classes. Okay, so now I'll see what I left out in my OABAP. I think constructor, I'll just go through these classes if I missed out anything. Okay, I think these are all covered. Utilities, same, nothing else. Okay, there is something object directory entry. Okay, so for any object which you are giving the package, okay, so in case you want to change that package, so how to do that? Let me show. This is ABAP. Okay, so that this is applicable for any object, not only class. So whatever object you put in, you will have something called where is that one? Method. Okay, I think on the class level it will come. Object directory entry. Okay, so that I'll show. See, object directory entry. So this will be on my go to and object directory entry. If you just click that, this pop-up will come up where you want to change this package. So by mistake, if you have put in some other package, you can just change the package here. So that is how you will change my package. So if you see what is this on top object, so you have three different things. Okay. Yes.
Can you repeat that package option?
Okay, so see on my object level, so this is applicable for any object, not restricted to my SE 24 classes. Go to object directory entry. If I click this, the same pop-up will come which you have, which came when you are giving my package. Suppose this is for my class. Let me go to table. Okay, some Z table I go. So by demo, what? See, it's still new. So what is the package here? It is temp. So I want to again now put it in some package. This is a local object, but still I want to put it in a package. Go to see object directory entry. This pop-up will come up. You can change it. Then if it is a local, then second step is it will just ask for a transport. Okay. If it was in some other package like this, it is already in some other package. I just want to change it. I can just change it here. That's it.
Is
So
this applicable for pack transport also?
no,
Yeah,
transport is
that's right.
not available for any other package, right? It is on my complete package level. Once you create, okay, your question is if I can change my package, is it right?
Yeah.
I'll just show you. I don't think that is possible, but let me still
Yeah,
confirm.
that happens a lot of times, Raj. First time I'm seeing that how to change.
Okay.
Usually, sometimes it
The
does
transport
require,
it will
right?
not create because inside, let me see, this will already be set to nothing on package actually. The package is on my object level. This one you can take any object through whichever is a transportable object it will take, and this is the
In
customizing task maybe.
Python, yeah, maybe usually we from SD perspective, I see package when I am creating a condition table for a
uh,
pricing.
right, condition tables, yes. So because that is a
So once
database,
I
that's an object, data dictionary object, right? So that is the reason you get a package. No, for the package level, no, you cannot put it on transport. See, on the object level, you have, suppose, see, this is a package, okay? This is my demo package for ABAP. Someone has created, okay? Now, if you want to change the package of the table, you can do that. You go to here, object directory entry, then change the package. But I don't see a purpose of changing the package on the transport level. So this is the general, see these three fields you will see on my object directory entry: program ID, object, and object name. So let me show that. I just go to object directory and see this is my program ID, object type, and object name. See, the object name is whatever object you are giving this object name. Object type, so there are, it's like see the combination here is R3TR LIMU. I'll just tell you what are those. So it defines different kinds of objects. See, function module, FUNC, FUGT for function group text. Then for program, maybe if I say table definition, see TABD, TABL is for table. So these are different kinds. How the transport layer will understand what kind of objects you are sending. See, for my UI, I will know if I enter ZZMara, yeah, it's a transparent table. But how the system will understand is R3TR, TABL, and my object name. This is my program ID, R3TR. What kind of object it is, what is the object name. This is how we can change it. Okay. Now, see, now we can just discuss any questions if you have. Otherwise, we'll just go for some generic examples. But tomorrow I'll touch upon WebDin Pro. To my knowledge, I just feel I have covered everything on ABAP. Let me know if you feel anything is missed out. I'll also go through once the list of topics today. So before starting tomorrow, we'll just have a look. So open for any questions. So that if you have others also will get clarified on this. So the next 20 minutes, I'll just keep it open. Let me check.
Question.
No, see, because now
Yeah.
freshly I thought like a WebDin Pro, I'll just start from tomorrow. So I'm just checking if anything is left out. That's it. Just taking it out. Because theoretically we
Actually,
have
Raj,
covered. Yeah, but
I didn't started practice,
no, that's
so
okay.
I don't have any question.
That's okay. I'm just checking it. ABAP constructor types, usability, subtract, simpleton. Types, event calling, interfaces, enhancing standard. Okay, enhancing I think I have covered. Inheritance, friendship, casting, yes. Me variable, yes. So okay, so I have left out with persistence. Sorry, friendship and enhancing standard. Okay, these three will cover it now. So see, persistence. Okay, it's a type of class where it will do all my database operations. So Z demo. This will, nowadays people are not using it, but just to know, it's fine. Create. It's something called persistence class. I'll just see what is that. Demo persistence. So it has some set of predefined interfaces. So interface is a OS state, means manage. It's a managed object. So it will have handle exception, means same how we are handling these exceptions in my classes. Get means read. Okay, like how we read the database tables, same. Init is like initialize, like maybe clearing all those. Okay, initialize just like then set. It's like, yeah, we are just writing the values. Invalidate, it will just like clear all my variables. Okay, so these are the interface of this. Then attributes, nothing will be there. If I just go back to my implemented class, we'll see what is the code will not be available anyways. So it will just have commented code. See this, can just have a read because we are not using it nowadays much. So get it will say create object and just set a reference actually. So how we'll see, these are all generated, so it will say bus don't modify. These are all generated code. Okay, let me try fetching an example. Type persistence. Okay, otherwise we'll just see an example. Type persistence 10. Okay. Class interface. Okay. I'll just try to find some persistence classes if they are available. Too many. Okay, let me find out that one second. So before that, what we'll do is we'll just see what is a friendship class and the other one. So ZCL demo, I have all are public. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll make everything private. What I can do is I just created another class, right? Let me just go there. Abstract. I'll just go to this. So I want to access maybe private or protected. Let me put some as protected. Protected. I'll just put this one alone. Okay. So this attributes, if some other class wants to accept it, so I can just, there is a tab called friends. Okay. So you can put a class name here. So it's a demo class. So you can just keep on adding it. So it means the private attributes, this class will be, so it's like, it's not like vice versa. So this class can access this class's private method attributes. If vice versa should be there, put that class here also. Now what I can do is in my method, my abstract method, what I'll, okay, it's not implementation, is not there. Okay, non-abstract, I'll just try to update my variable. We'll see if this is possible. CL demo LTMBW. I put it as static, that is the reason. Equal to maybe. Okay, I'll just see. Sorry, MBW. I'll just put a condition if my table is not initial. Table is not initial. Let me see if this variable is accessible. Active. See, no syntax errors found, so it is accessible. Protected. Let me activate it. It is accessible, so protected. If I see maybe private, let's see if this is getting accessible. So this is just on my accessibility levels, nothing else. I'll make it static just to make sure my accessories, attributes, which is having a different visibilities. Public anyways, yeah, everyone can access it. But let's see about my private and protected is 5. I think this should not allow. No, it is allowing. See, both my private as well as protected attributes you can access for my friendship class. Maybe I'll just remove it and we will see friendship in both my classes. So here also I'll just remove friends, remove. We'll see this whether it will say. See, LTM is unknown, so it's not allowing to access LTMBW. Here itself it's got stuck, saying boss this parameter you don't know what it is because we have removed that friendship one. So it will have access to my both private and protected attributes, methods, whatsoever. So if you want to restrict, suppose if there are some requirements like okay this private methods and protected methods, maybe 1 or 2 classes should access, you can declare those as my friendship classes and you can just access that. So that is a concept of friendship. Then let me see what else is there. Oh, persistence, and I think persistence I'll try to get an example, otherwise we'll just close it for today. So these are concepts you just understand. Maybe used cases we will try to get maybe one full scenario so that over the weekend you can just practice covering all these concepts. I'll create an example and for ABAP we'll just see that example. So from Monday maybe we can start with WebDin Pro. Let me tell.
Also,
Yes,
Raj,
yes,
the
yes.
casting and MV variable, is there any, I mean, like same
No, me
concepts or
variable is nothing but see casting. I think okay. This is on casting. Did you join late? Is it? So maybe first
um,
15 minutes I just explain what it is. Just go through it. No issues.
sure, sure.
There are two types of casting. I have just explained with one small example. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Me is nothing but see this one has it's a self-referencing. Suppose see these are my variables. Okay. Now in my methods. Okay. This I'll close it. I'll go to my other method. So in this class, maybe in this method static, you want to call this. So it's like I am calling my own method, right? So instead what will happen is if I'll show through the syntax pattern, object patterns. So class is same z above demo. I see from my same method, sorry, my same class I am calling different method. This is applicable. So add two numbers. So this will come as this same class name. So instead I can just give me. That's it. That is a usage. So for this super class, it says super hyphen. So that it is like some notations here. So if you just don't give me also directly call method, this should accept. Start. Sorry, I just clear this. Already been declared. Declarations close. See, it will just accept. See, I don't give what is it, which class method it is, but still it accepted because by default it will check. Okay, it will check if my what you say this method is there in my first class. Suppose if I give a number 5, so it is not there. So it will say, but this does not exist method. Okay. So if I give any method name, it will first check in my class whether it is there. So sometimes what they'll give me, this is static, so I'll just give this instead of giving that such a big name, CGCL demo. Now it is okay. Me is unknown. Let me check what is the issue. Maybe aliases V it is given me or my. I think that is removed ECC6 na? Maybe that is the reason it's giving an error. I think. Let me see if I can give any instance method. That is a notation actually, but not sure why it's not taking. Instance constructor you cannot create material description. It's not accepting. Let me check that, but this is the purpose. Okay, call method, I'll just remove it. I'll try what will happen. That's a self-referencing actually. So this me in the sense it will just refer to my own class. So it is coming back, but not sure why syntax is not taking. So if I double click on me, it comes to my method, sorry, my class. Maybe syntax something is wrong. So you'll understand me. Just double click on me. So it is coming to my class. So it means the referencing is correct, but not sure why syntax it is not taking up. IB two numbers. What is the issue? Type is unknown. So some typing issue is there. So this is syntax. Only for my understanding purpose, if you see, if I click on me, it will navigate to my class. So the syntax is right, but not sure why it is taking up as type error. This comes back, see. Constructor super is there. Class constructor super. Okay, so some syntax. Let me check in different systems. Okay, then I'll see why what is missing, anything I have missed or not. Okay, so anything else, or I'll just close for today. Persistence class. Okay, I'll just try to pick an example tomorrow. Maybe first 10 minutes we'll cover that because it is not much use. So I don't feel I'm getting even examples here. So that I'll try to pick one example tomorrow. So if nothing else, we'll just close this call. Okay, we'll discuss tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.